I've been wanting to ask this question to you for so fucking long.
Good.
I keep forgetting.
All right,
It's not even that interesting. But
well, just for me.
I have a friend.
This guy. Yeah. There's a guy.
No, this one's me. This one's me.
Welcome to Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. And welcome to Dr. After Dark, everybody. 818-253-1693 is that phone number. And, of course, our emails coming in at drafterdark@gmail.com and store.ymhstudios.com for the merch, which is an ever-expanding array representing the rational recovery. Everybody, booth boys are good. Everybody good?
Hell yeah, dude.
yeah.
Yes. However, you just said rational recovery.
Rational revolution, everybody. Thank you for straightening me out. My mouth gets ahead of my brain a lot, so I appreciate it when you guys let me know. All right, so we are going to have a little romp through some voice messages and emails on sex and relationships, get into substances a little bit later, and we'll review some talks, some cool guys on TikTok. But let's open up with some voice messages.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hey, Dr. Drew. I'm a first-year medical student. I'd like to be kept anonymous. But I was just going to say, first of all, I don't know why they don't make your show mandatory for the curriculum in medical school. I mean, you're teaching us the stuff that we need to know. But anyway, so here's my question. Okay. So whenever I ejaculate, I notice that there's a difference in the volume of the ejaculate if there's somebody on the other end. And what I mean by that is porn, there's not somebody on the other end. Just me, it's a lower volume. But even so, sex, much more volume. But when it's virtual, so like Snapchatting or whatever it is, FaceTime, I get the somebody on the other end volume, the increased volume of ejaculate. So we're talking like 6, 7, 8 pumps rather than like 3 or 4. Now I don't know why that is.
Okay.
Does the ejaculatory system know what's going on the other end, or are all orgasms the same?
Right.
Awesome. No lingo here, no catchphrases. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it.
But thank you for...
What an incredible question.
Oh, he's my new favorite human.
This guy's awesome.
He says we should be, the medical school should be showing, by the way, to his point, by the way, he used whenever instead of when. So, dude, just kind of pay attention.
Son
to
of a
that.
bitch.
So that's my pet peeve that shall be with me from now on.
He's not a doctor yet.
Not a doctor. Thank you. Zolo, on point. But people always, back to showing these videos and things I'm talking about here on medical school, a lot of what we learn in medical school, particularly for the first years, is visual. It's like, what is this? What is this rash? Let me show you a picture or a video. Seeing something across the room or across the table or across an electronic visual media are not necessarily different with certain things. So that's why we can do telemedicine, and people can put a little device in their ear and then we can transmit it across the electronic line. Same thing is true of a lot of the behaviors. They're just the same as looking at a rash. I can show you the rash with a camera, and when we teach medical students about rash, we go, this is, psoriasis.
Whatever.
This is eczema. This is lichen simplex chronicus, whatever. Those are pictures we can show. And I learned through lots of pictures. But the same thing is true of mania and certain psychiatric symptoms. Now, true, psychologically, I might not know exactly what's going on with that individual. Characterologically, you can derive some, you can get some pretty clear ideas what's going on in terms of their character function by how they regulate their emotions and what their relationship history is, things like that, and what they say about themselves and other people. And then mood can be, literally when I learned about depression and anxiety and mania, I watched videos. And so, yes, of course, I saw it many, many, many thousands of times in the real world as well. But having somebody derive some sort of conclusion from a video is not unreasonable. People are like, you don't know that person. You can't tell. If you showed me a rash, I don't have to know the person. If you show me mania, I don't have to know the person. There's certain things that if you show me certain aphasias, I don't have to know the person. There's many things. If you show me hemiplegia, I don't have to know the person. There's many things that the brain does that we derive, we conclude what's going on, we derive what's going on from what we see. And what we see, again, could be on the bed, on an examining table, or it can be in a picture or a video. It doesn't matter. So thank you, my friend. Now I forgot what he asked about. He asked about his balls, of course.
Yeah, he was asking why he has so much more volume when there's another person.
So here's the interesting thing: is your level of arousal. See, all right, I'm gonna see if I can make this analogy stick. If you're about to eat a really good meal, like when we go out for our steak dinners and you smell that meat.
I understand this language.
Yeah, and you say that meat gets on the table, what happens in your mouth?
It comes.
Sort of. What do we call that in common lingo, though, outside of your mom's house, where all bad things are funny?
It goes back. It waters.
It waters. It salivates. It produces a. How about if you looked at a picture of a steak? Would it be the same as if you smelled the steak and saw a steak sitting in front of you?
No, it's multiple senses working together to bring.
That's right. And so sexual arousal is very similar. We can approximate it with pictures and videos and things like that, but it's very different than the full social impact, interpersonal impact of another person being there. Even if it's across a Zoom or a camera or a phone, it's still that fuller experience, and your body responds to that. Some people shut down with that, to be fair. But in this guy's case, he stimulates, and your prostate starts putting out more fluid, the seminal vesicles fill, and so when you finally do ejaculate, there's can be more fluid to it. Now, sort of the longer you're aroused and the more intensely aroused, generally speaking, the more the fluid. Okay? Does that make sense? Everybody good with me? Okay. Give me another one.
Hi, my name is Jeff from Ontario, Canada. Here's a weird question I have for you. I've been in the pussy game for quite a long time. Why are some labias dark and why are some pink? Doesn't just depend on the ethnicity or anything of that nature, but some girls have that really, really dark, raw part around their labia, and other girls, it's just like a sweet pink treat.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Are they getting fucked too much? Keep it high and tight. Better make sure. I'm coming up in May. Thank you.
Okay,
Is he asking if it's rug burn?
It's sort of what he's asking. Jeff from Ontario. It's all genetics, right? It's all genetics. And it is essentially pigment, right? How much pigment is there in one versus another. But you're also asking about sort of the rim there, which is similar tissue to what you have on our testicles. We have the wrinkly part of the testicles. The women kind of have something like that, can look a little darker in some women than others. Doesn't mean shit. It's just also that's their structure. Just, how big are your hands or how strong are your nails and how dark is your vulva. It's all kind of, genetically determined. But mostly it's just plain old pigment. Like you're more pigment, more dark vulva. No cum in the balls. This one is entitled, my name is Matthew. Last week I was with a young woman right before we got freaky. She said, I want to suck the cum out of your balls. And this young man, being an enlightened, your mom's house, Dr. After Dark listener viewer, said, I actually had to tell her, there is no cum in my balls. It's all produced in seminal vesicles. I don't think she liked me correcting her. There's a little bit.
You just say, "Here's the cum." That's what you say.
There's a little bit. There's a little bit to be learned about this, and most men, I think, instinctively know this. Don't interrupt a young lady during a sexual encounter at all. Just don't lift your paw up, dude. I don't think she liked me correcting her, and she ended up leaving and not sucking the cum out of my balls. Is there a better way I can go about spreading the rational revolution without letting a clear violation like that slide?
Poor guy. He's going to learn, though. He's learning.
I appreciate the effort. I appreciate that he wants to be a part of the rational revolution. But part of the rational revolution is being realistic about reality, right? Reality on reality's terms. And understand women don't like being, I think men behave like a beast of, like a carnivorous cat or something. They chase down the gazelle and then they keep their paw on it. And if they lift their paw up, it runs off. You lifted your paw up, dude. It ran off on you, and that's, of course, it's unpleasant to shame somebody when they're vulnerable. Let's put it that way. When you call somebody out in their most vulnerable moment, they're not likely to respond positively to that. That's all I'm saying. Gil here. I'm 34, married, one child. Need your help? Vegetarian. I'm a fat ass at heart, and I can't survive on lettuce. I've lost weight. I gain a lot more energy sexually. I last longer. It gets up and stays hard longer. But I've noticed that when I have sex with my wife, I don't come like I used to. I mean, I was a shooter, and now I'm a clogged glue bottle flowing out. Sometimes I shoot blanks. Well, that's interesting. That might be retrograde ejaculation. I don't know what's going on there, my friend. I'm wondering if you need to increase your protein intake. This is all proteins and mucopolysaccharides in our semen fluid, and fluids generally. So I wonder if you need to maybe just keep better hydrated. That might be the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's probably a little low on water.
Good. Another message for me.
Hey, my name is Avery. My girlfriend smells like me. Her sexual sense are exactly like mine. I smell no difference afterwards, and I used to look at these sort of things, and you know, you can reflect on it afterwards. You can go home, you can sort of touch yourself, and you can smell this, you know, person afterwards, and I get nothing. I don't know if she doesn't smell, or if I just smell exactly like her. So please, you know, piss on me, beat me,
of course,
and let me know.
Okay, Avery.
Thank you.
You bet. So I don't remember if we've ever addressed this before, but smells are an interesting topic. So his theory is that the reason he doesn't smell her is the same reason he doesn't smell himself, right?
Right, like he's around it a lot.
Right. Or I mean, you know, as I always say, maybe she just doesn't have smells. That's possible, right? I mean, not everyone.
Is it?
It's possible, but not likely. So here's what I have noticed. Boy, I don't have any evidence for this, but I think there's something like this going on. So this is a non-scientific position. I think, okay, one thing we do is we accommodate, right? We get used to other people's smells. It's very clear that we do that. So somebody may have had a smell that you did smell and you no longer smell it, and it might just be that you got used to it. But usually those smells you can kind of call into consciousness, right? You can kind of go, you know, I think it's still there. I can still,
right.
I think when you get really, there's something about being really attached to somebody that does something to our senses. I don't know what the sense of smell particularly, like
two smells become one.
Yeah. That's a great marriage ceremony. We're going to have to add that to my, you know, I marry people sometimes, and I'm going to have to add that to it. Both your smells will become one. But there's something like that going on where when you're really involved with, come on, Eddie, you should come in here. When you're really involved with somebody, isn't it the case that the smells kind of go away? It's a very strange thing, and it's not just accommodation, I would say. No, you haven't had that?
No. Yeah, sorry.
I had a completely different theory.
Which is?
That possibly he doesn't smell her because she's probably somehow related to him, and that's because she doesn't smell good. That's biology saying stay away from this one.
Are you saying that you smell like your brother?
Did I? I don't think I said that.
You said related, which means that people that are related
drop
smell
it. It's
like
not. It's not a good theory. It's not a good theory. I don't
because if you don't like smell, that's pheromones.
No, I don't think it really works like that. But because we're really talking about things we really smell consciously. I mean, people have smells, right? And we smell it, and sometimes we like it, sometimes we don't like it. But we tend to write into me on this one or send some voice messages on this one. Is it not the case, you guys? Because we need to collect some data here. Is it not the case? Dropped my phone. Is it not the case that we tend to either like or accommodate the smells of people we really like? Think about it. If there's somebody you're really involved with, you may notice their smells, and you may kind of even find it an unpleasant smell, but like it even. And I'm going to argue that certain amount of that just kind of goes away. I think when and some of it is accommodation. Some of it is, you get used to other people's smells just the way you can get used to your own smells. But I think something a little more is going on neurobiologically when we get really attached to somebody. So let's talk about vomit sex. That naturally flows from the smell stuff.
Couldn't agree more.
Hey, Hitler. I met this girl a while ago. I really like her. Really cool, really funny, except she can't have vaginal intercourse without vomiting.
Oh, no.
Ooh, she's fine with me licking the spoon, but as soon as something enters her vagina, she gets sick. Tried slowly. As soon as she's penetrated, she gets overwhelmed, jumps up, and vomits. Wow. She's not on any medication. She hasn't seen a doctor about this, but I can't come up with anything online that relates to this. Bet I'm coming up in May. This is I've heard of stuff like this, a little different, but like this in severely traumatized people. But I would think you would know if that was what her history was. She would have told you that I'm overwhelmed by sex, I had sexually abused, whatever. I am wondering, okay, another possibility would, well, first of all, she needs a pelvic exam for sure, and she needs to be making sure there's not something actually being stimulated, like a tumor or something, infection or something that's actually stimulating the nausea and vomiting. So doctor visit, full examination, see what's going on. Sexual abuse history, ask her if that's in there. Let's find that out. But number 3, nausea is a really powerful conditioned response. It's one of the most powerful conditioned responses you've had. If you've ever had like bad vomiting and it followed immediately following eating a certain food, you can't look at that food ever again without getting nauseated, right? Mm-hmm. And that's in us to keep us away from things that are poisonous, right? It's like when we're young, we have something makes us vomit, don't eat that anymore. That's sort of the evolutionary adaptive quality to that. But it's also can be conditioned to not so adaptive things. Like, let's say one time she had the stomach flu and tried to have sex and had vomiting, and it gets conditioned to be associated with a vaginal penetration. So it could be, outside possibility, it's a behavioral thing. So find out about her history and find out about her pelvic structures, make sure everything is cool. And then you're going to have to decondition this somehow. You know how I would do it? If it's all behavioral, I would give her a very powerful anti-nausea like Zofran, something like that. And I would then have intercourse with her. Zola, you have a question? What's up, buddy?
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay.
Is it all vomiting all the time now?
No.
Oh, well, then I'm not interested.
It's piggybacking on the ball discussion.
Testicle.
Testicles, yes. So you're a guy. I imagine
I'm a guy, yes.
Several times in your life, you've grazed your balls in some weird way on accident.
Like smashed them, hurt them? Yes, that hurts.
Yeah, it hurts a lot, right?
Yeah.
How come that never happens during sex?
You're lucky.
Is that it?
I mean, you hit them just right. Well, as always here on Your Mom's House, we try to pull the curtain back. My wife has uncanny heels and fists, and she gets direct hits on a regular basis.
What?
Yes.
On your nuts?
Yes.
Why?
Because, I don't know, she's radar.
Heels?
The heel of her, like, she will literally turn over in bed, and her heel will have just a couple nights, 2 nights ago, direct hit on my nuts. Direct hit. Never misses. You could say she's an evil genius or something.
But did you get the same feeling like if someone kicked you in the nuts?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It hurts. Not during sex.
I kind of agree with what Zola's saying. Zola, are you saying that you've been hit, but it just doesn't feel like that?
I mean, there's just a lot of flopping around.
Yeah, there is a lot of flopping around. But
if that was happening at any other point, I feel like that would hurt a lot.
Right, because if you've just tapped it a little bit,
let's just say
insane.
they were designed for this.
Yeah, it's because they're so full of cum, it protects them.
Yes, Zola, they're so full of cum, they're protected. They're like swollen balloons filled with cum. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Burnout, man, it's something that's affecting everybody these days. We've been through a pandemic, with summer. Life can be overwhelming. And a lot of people don't even know they're burned out. They can get physical symptoms, sleep disturbances, fatigue. People don't realize it sometimes when they are burned out, and you can figure out why and how, what to do about it with BetterHelp Online Therapy. They want to remind you to prioritize yourself and your mental health, right? It's right there. It's health and mental health are the same thing. Talk with someone who can help you figure out what is causing all this and what you might be able to do to resolve it. I've been referring patients, family, friends. Been very impressed with the services of BetterHelp Online Therapy. Myself, I did years and years of therapy. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. And it's stunning to me that there still is stigma and that people get embarrassed. But look, this takes care of that. It's more affordable than in-person therapy, and you'll be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/afterdark. That is BETTERHELP.com/afterdark. Well, I want to talk to you about liquid IV. I recently had an experience with dehydration that was shocking to me, how quickly it sneaks up on you, how devastating it is if you don't pay attention to your hydration status when you push too hard, and it's the heat now coming on. It's important to stay hydrated. It's a priority. It makes us feel better on a day-to-day basis, and especially if you're exerting yourself. And with liquid IV hydration, one stick gives you 16 ounces of water, hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. It's the solute. It's the things in liquid IV that give you the rehydration, that give you the replenishment of your blood volume, of your fluids, we call it. Liquid IV comes in refreshing flavors like watermelon, lemon, lime, strawberry, pina colada, and more. I love liquid IV. Hydration products are on my mind. It makes you feel, well, like you can keep going, really. That's really what it is. You can have it first thing in the morning before a workout. And if you're out there in the heat, you must continue the liquid IV on a regular basis. Again, one stick hydrates faster than water, contains 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, vitamin C, 3 times the electrolytes of a traditional sports drink, premium ingredients, non-GMO, free from gluten, dairy, and soy. And what makes it so effective is their science of cellular transport technology, CTT, designed to enhance rapid absorption of water and other key ingredients into the bloodstream fluid. Liquid IV is on a mission to change the world. Liquid IV has donated over 20 million servings globally. Grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com. Use that code Dr. Drew at checkout. That is 25% off anything you order when you use the promo code Dr. Drew at liquidiv.com. Experience better hydration today at liquidiv.com, promo code Dr. Drew. But where'd the dog? We fell out of his chair.
Fucking got him, dude.
But the flopping is, you know how, you could literally flick your nut, and if you hit it just right, it hurts. Flopping, it's sort of designed to flop. And by the way, during sex, there's a little bit of a tone to the cremasteric muscles, so they're kind of held up a little bit, even there is some flopping. It's
they're not as loose.
They're not as loose. They're not really flopping. It's designed for this. It was designed for this.
I thought you were saying that they get hit, and like if they were in any other situation, then it would be in like extreme pain,
no,
but not during sex.
They're just not going to hit properly.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I had a girl that once, it was this like big build up, and she fucking tied me up. She ended up walking towards me, and like the beginning, it was like this big build up. She was going to do all this shit. And she walked towards me and tripped on something in my room and fell knee first into my nuts.
Oh, dude.
But I'm telling you, any other time I would have been like exactly your response. We laughed about it. It was hilarious. It was like, you know, obviously it wasn't hot, but it was like, oh, like fucking.
You didn't
so
get
stupid.
Winded at all?
No, that was like, it was funny.
Is it
What
possible it just didn't hit? You know how sometimes you can get it, not get it quite right. You get kicked in the balls sometimes, and it sort of misses. It doesn't quite get it.
Did she flatten? Like it was like knee, ball, and then bed or like hard surface wherever you were.
Knee, bed, ball.
Like was it like smushed?
Yeah.
It is it's a really
yeah.
interesting question. I'm wondering if there's some tone to the whole organ that somehow protects it a little bit during sexual act. Because I looking at some of the weird shit that people do to their testicles, that's mysterious to me.
Right.
How they can tolerate that without.
I imagined it was that something like mental, like because I'm having sex, it's my brain's in such a good place, and also
it's
the adrenaline.
not just the brain, because look, this is the only organ that sits outside your body. I mean, outside the body cavity. It's not outside your body; it's still inside your body, right? but it's situated outside of the body cavity in a sac that communicates with the body, inside the body. Is it all making sense to you guys? No.
Inside the body, got it.
So if you cut open the testicle, you're in the body. If bacteria gets in there, you get an infection, right? It's inside the body.
It's sterile.
And the test, right.
Okay.
And the testes drop down, they start up in your back, right, where the ovaries are, and they drop down into you don't know this?
No.
And they drop down.
They start as ovaries.
They start as ovaries, and they drop into the sac when you're young, very young.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like now I got like ball particle on my back.
No. Hopefully you don't, because that can be turned cancerous if you do. No, you've got the balls are in the sac.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's an organ, like the way the ovaries are an organ, and it's hanging outside your body cavity, even though it's inside the body. It's outside the cavity in a sac, and so it's the only organ. Like if I could take open your abdominal cavity and punch your liver, it might have a similar, that's called a visceral pain, right? That's how we feel these things, these visceral pains. And, testes are kind of a special organ, and you want to have a lot of pain there so you protect it, right?
Right.
So, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going here. I've got a bunch of other questions here. Can't stop. Let's do a voice message.
Hi, Dr. Drew. This is Dylan from California. I recently had MRIs done where it's discovered that I have 3 herniated discs in my spine, and one in my lumbar spine is 10 millimeters. I am a 26-year-old male athlete, and this has not affected my performance at all. But I still want to improve my condition and decided the best way to measure my spinal flexibility is to suck my own dick. I just reached the milestone of getting both flips on the tip, but I'm starting to wonder if this will improve my condition or if I could be making it worse. Piss on me, beat me, and stop calling me daddy.
I will stop calling you daddy, Dylan. Today is a threshold day. We finally got the bogus voice message.
You think this is bogus?
I do. I think he thought of this and thought it was clever, and so he called us with it.
So he shouldn't suck his own dick.
Look, first of all, if you do MRIs on all of us, we will all have disc disease. That's part of being upright. We all have disc problems. It's just the way it is. And so whenever anybody says to you, well, I have a 3 centimeter on my disc MRI, everybody has that. So there's no relationship between the anatomy and the symptoms. I mean, you can derive a relationship, but it is not as direct as people think. It's like, because I've got a disc, no, everybody has disc disease because they're upright. We shouldn't be upright. We're primates that should be sort of ambulating differently than we do. And so the way with the liability is we get disc disease in our neck, disc disease in our lumbar spine, and it's just part of being upright. And in his case, kind of young to be having that much, but okay. He, certainly core strength, flexibility, physical therapy, Pilates, yoga, all very important. I don't think with any of those interventions, they would include sucking your own dick. So I would just say maybe that's not a great way to sort of measure your progress. Okay? And for the YMH out of context clips, I'm not sure that Twitter will let you put that one up. So good for you.
Don't worry, we'll play it on the show.
Of course,
it's an isolated drop.
Of course. Can't stop laughing during sex. Hello, Dr. Drew. My wife and I have been together for 2 years now. On occasion, we are starting to get into a heat of passion. She can't stop laughing. This only starts as I start using fingers or oral, and she can't stop because of how intense her laughter gets. Any idea what this could be? Piss on me, beat me. God, I need a lot more information, but women that laugh during oral sex usually are the ones, if they have that kind of sensitivity, they usually are the ones that orgasm with intercourse and aren't that into oral sex. I mean, obviously, if it's so uncomfortable, it makes her laugh, that's not something she's going to be into. And so I'm betting this is sort of more towards the polyorgasmic, multi-orgasmic with intercourse category. So congratulations.
Quick question.
Yeah.
And you can cut this out if you want.
No. Oh, no, we will not. Go ahead.
No. We might.
But Nadav, you said a while ago to me and Zolo that like laughing was a big part of your sex life? Like
not a big part, but it's incorporated into it.
Laughter is one thing. She can't stop laughing and it interferes. It's a little different. At least that's what I'm getting.
The laughing doesn't interfere with me fucking.
She asked me to stop. This is the part that is different. She asks me to stop because of how intense her laughter gets.
Right.
That's different than, hey, we laugh a lot during sex.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess I didn't mean to say it was the same. I remember thinking, wow, that's interesting that you said like, yeah, if we're not laughing, then I'm probably not like fucking good. I forget what your exact statement was.
Definitely didn't say that.
You were basically saying that like you laugh in every time you fuck.
Every time there's laughter, you say.
Yeah, it's incorporated into. I have fun while I fuck. I don't understand.
Women, laughter serves a relaxation function, and it creates openness and relaxation, which are two important aspects of sexual arousal for women. We don't have that relaxation receptivity thing. They do, and some women more than others. So laughter actually, that's why women are attracted. One of the reasons they're attracted to people that make them laugh, right? It's sort of an arousal thing of sorts. Different than our arousal system. Different.
Oh yeah.
And Nadav, you never talked to us about your relationship. I realized.
Relationship?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Or whatever.
What's up?
Well, is this one person you laugh with, or
he said it's plural, dog.
Yeah, most ladies that I fuck, there's laughing going on. Is that a problem? Oh, you know what? It's probably because I smoke so much weed and all the estrogen gets into me and I'm pretty much a lady, right? That's what you think, Drew?
Wow, he's defensive. He does not want us talking about this, does he?
I am projecting a little bit.
It's pretty crazy. He's like pushing us back, and he's been so open and honest, and we've learned all this stuff.
I'm just having fun,
and I'm just scratching the surface end of Dav, and he's already very uncomfortable. So, are these just people? Do you have a relationship? Are you in a romantic relationship?
Not in a like specific one right now. I'm dating around.
How many people you date at a time? Do they know you're dating lots of people?
I mean, I'm pretty like it's like I usually stick with one until something else comes up, and then I'm honest with the person that I'm first, like, hey, just so you know, like, this is kind of a casual, like.
Did you? But you don't tell them that at the beginning. You wait until.
Well, no, because it's not casual at the beginning. Like it's they're the only ones I'm dating until they're not the ones that I'm dating, and then as soon as I'm dating other people, I let them know.
Come on, Annie.
What?
Let your buddy have it.
What? I mean, am I fucking up? Am I dating wrong? Am I fucking
stuttering all over the place, nigga? You know what you're doing.
I don't.
You're not dumb.
I don't understand what's going on. I'm just simple Nadav. I just like to laugh and fuck.
So that will be on the YMH Out of Context Twitter feed. Out of context quotes. All right. Annie, the reason he doesn't tell her early is because he's afraid she won't fuck if he tells her it's not going to be something.
That's not really too big of a priority for me.
Fucking?
Yeah, like if they want to fuck, fine, and if not, also fine. Like,
okay,
it's not,
all right.
Like I don't want to fuck someone that doesn't want to fuck me.
Wait, but isn't that all you were saying that you kind of want to do with this chick?
That's what you opened with, by the way.
That and laugh.
Yeah, I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing and fucking. That's all I'm doing.
Laughing and fucking, baby. I still don't. Am I?
So
I am autistic.
No, you're not autistic.
That's you are runaway.
You are what we call evasive.
Oh yeah.
Evasive?
You're evasive.
What, like I'm not trying to answer the questions
you're uncomfortable and it's making you evasive. I'm not saying you're intentionally being evasive. You are evasive.
Whoops.
It's all right. We'll break it down. It's all right. We need you in here on some level. Let me talk about a sudden problem with premature ejaculation. I'm 20. In the past, I've had a little issue with holding back, but as of late, I've been having a difficult time with... Wait a minute. In the past, I've had little issue with holding back, so he's the ninja. But as of late, I'm having a difficult time with stopping my orgasms. On multiple occasions, I've ejaculated almost instantly, but usually I have to go very slowly or take breaks in order to last. I'm pretty experienced. I'm very comfortable. As both a physician and a man with a lifetime experience ejaculating, what do I advise to last longer? Read about Kegels, breathing techniques, masturbating preemptively, right? All good. Squeezing the tip. Doesn't really work that well. Not sold on any of them. Seems to me more of a mental battle than anything. I'm sure Annie has a plethora of tips himself.
Sure.
All right, we'll get to it. I thought it was an issue of controlling emission. I never thought I'd be envious of Josh Potter's inability to jizz. But here we are. Piss all over me, beat the shit out of me, and you better believe I'm coming up in May. Harrison. So yeah. I'm going to bet he's really into his partner right now. That's sort of what I think is going on. That this is a little more arousing than he's used to being. So that's a good thing. The question is, how does he control? What is Annie's tips?
I mean, the first... I feel like it should have been obvious. One would be like a numbing sort of like a cream.
There's numbing creams. Mm-hmm. You can also do that with a condom, like a thick condom. Obviously makes it less sensitive. So numbing cream, thick. I'm just saying these things you can do. And some of those numbing creams and sprays and things are really pretty good too, by the way. Okay, that you can do.
I use the opposite. So I get like the sensitizing fucking
cream.
Oh,
interesting. Okay,
I like it more. But yeah, and also don't be. I thought the same about Potter. Like, man, I'm a little envious because it's like, but you go all night though. Like, isn't that? Don't you kind of want? Because eventually, no matter what, it's the other person's going to start thinking that they're not.
She will really get frustrated with it.
Mm-hmm.
They and I think we like men like women to be into it and to have orgasm. That's an important part of what we're doing. For women, I think it's even more important. I think something, and that makes sense from an evolutionary standpoint, right? They need to get the semen in order to get pregnant.
Oh wow, that's super true. I didn't even
Right,
think about
and
it like
so
that.
it's that they even have more of an experience with it in terms of completing the sexual act. But
and then as far as another way to prevent it, yeah, I mean, think about dead people, like whatever.
yeah, think
fucking
about
disgusting.
that.
Yeah, like think about the YMH Live. Watch YMH Live.
And there are medicines too. Some
Take
people
breaks.
will take, the SSRI medicines. Sometimes doctors will give them to people for this problem. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not. I don't like the idea of taking medicine for this, but there are medicines that delay ejaculation things and delay orgasm, and so it's something to do.
And then Nadav just said, which is I think you mean exactly what I'm about to say too, is take breaks. So do something else.
He
for a
said he was
second.
taking breaks. He said they were doing that, but
No, like move to mouth stuff.
I think preemptive ejaculation is another important thing too, right?
True.
And sometimes it's two preemptive ejaculations to really get some control. But then again, you're not ejaculating, and then you have that problem. So, all right, here's one. I'm a listener from South Africa. Look at this guy, South African listener. It's nice.
Oh my.
I've got a question about fixing my broken wife. She had birth control for 10 years since she was 18. We've been together 7. I encouraged her to get off. About 5 years ago, she lost her dad. Her libido dried up, but then we were going months at a time without doing the deed, or the dead, as he said in this, as he spells it here. 4 years, we were almost a year at a time without sex. I presume this was the birth control doing this, hence getting her off of it. She's been off for a year. There's no difference. She's never wants to do it. I struggle to get her to make out with me even. Oh boy. She loves it she loves it and tells me we have to do it more, and then we go months without doing it again. I'm still presuming her libido is stuffed up, but I can't get her to go to a doctor to get hormones checked out. Any advice? She really needs to go to a physician. More often than not, I don't know how old she is, but testosterone levels are very important for women's libido. So that's number one. Number two, some women, maybe as many as 20%, have a significant drop in their 20% of the women who have a significant drop in their libido from certain birth control pills, it may be permanent. And there's a guy named Goldstein. There's a group called Ishwish out there that studies this. And you may want to check in with them. He has the data on that. He also maybe has some, last time I talked to him, Dr. Goldstein, I think he had some ideas about how to get women over the hump, so to speak, back into humping. What kind of things can you do to fix her? Yeah, right. I'm tired of jaying my own D. Keep it high and tight. Hot sauce is the best. Baz. Yeah, this is really serious, man, because relationships need this. It's important. She doesn't need to feel bad about it. A lot of women experience this kind of thing. A doctor that has any experience with hormones with women, perimenopause, menopause, will know all about this. And you can be astonished how much a little testosterone can make for a female and her libido, and or correcting this progesterone problem. And if she's on any other medication, that also can do this. But this is something you got to pay attention to. People need this to sustain a long-term relationship. Are there more voice messages?
Indeed.
Okay.
Hi, Hitlers. My name is Taylor. I'm a neighbor coming at you from Austin, Texas.
Ooh.
Here's my issue. When my girlfriend and I are fluid bonding, she does not reciprocate oral. I, for one, love going down south on my partner, and I consider oral almost a mandatory part of foreplay. However, when it comes time to switch it up, my girlfriend jumps right to penetration and justifies it by saying, guys don't need head, and that girls need oral foreplay so they can get wet.
She's right.
It's true that I don't need oral to achieve an erection, but I crave head because it's an intimate act of service, and it feels good.
Yeah.
So, is my girlfriend right? Is it true that guys don't need head? Thank you. You guys are doing good. I hope this voicemail doesn't scare you. Mwah.
His girlfriend sucks in all the ways that he doesn't want her to.
Well, this is a difficult problem. First of all, what she's saying is in order to get lubricated and get ready, we need some sort of direct genital stimulation. She needs that. And that seems to be true for her, that she's right. In order for her to function sexually, she needs that stimulation. And some women do need that. For him, she's noticing he's already erect and already ready to go. He doesn't need oral sex in order to function. What she's missing is he really, really likes it.
She's a shitty lover.
Hold on. If she understood, not all men are that into oral sex, but when people, just like women, and when men are into it, they're really into it. And to have sex without it is sort of an incomplete act for some men. They really like it. And I think he's got to emphasize to her how important this is to him. Do you know what I'm saying? No? Nadav, Eddie says no. Nadav says yeah.
I am very on board with what
Clearly
you're saying.
Nadav likes oral sex, but Eddie, you're saying no.
No. I'm saying I just can't even believe like that's the argument that you don't need it. Okay.
Well,
what the
but-
fuck?
but
so
so a
anything
lot of
I don't
women-
need.
Yeah, I know.
You're just not gonna do.
Yeah, no more steak for you. Just rice and salad.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's not
I-
mission critical. I can't fucking lick you there.
Some
is
women
that?
find it sort of traumatizing and really unpleasant. And if she was traumatized as a kid, when somebody made her do that, okay, then maybe get that treated also. But if she has no real reason to be that aversive to it, how about we break her in a little bit? Don't you think? Like I think you guys are right in the sense like let's have her take one for the team, so to speak. Like really just I mean, I think he'd be willing to do something for her. She's willing to do something for him. Unless
He does.
Unless
He
for
goes
some
down
women
on her.
I mean, but he likes it. She doesn't like it.
That's
And
not a qualifier. Who cares?
I understand what you're saying, but some women it is really not good. It really sort of traumatizes them, and so
Oh,
that happens. That happens. You gotta
Come on. I'm not. Jesus.
Whose giggle was that? Was that Zolo?
That was not a giggle. That was a fake cry.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
It's just. I mean, I don't know, dude.
Zolo,
like,
ring in here. Why do I want your opinion? What's going on?
I mean, I agree
You're a
with that.
sensitive young man.
Yeah,
help us settle
I mean, I
this.
think if there's anything your partner like really wants you to do,
You should figure
do
out how to
Yeah,
do it. That's
you should
right.
Make it work.
See, I knew Zilla would have something important to add here.
He's saying exactly what we said.
I know, but he said it a much more palatable way.
He said it a little nicer, yeah. A little nicer.
Much more.
He's also younger.
Yeah,
It's
I
kind
know.
of the thing.
Yeah.
We're kind of at an age where it's like, just
I
grow
know.
the fuck
I know.
up. Like,
I
come
know.
on.
See, we were getting a little harsh with it, but I do want to emphasize that it really can be a not a good thing for some women, and we got to make sure she's not one of those people.
No, yeah, I totally. I remember being 16. Yeah.
Here's a cholestasis question. Hey, Hitler, I'm inquiring about a theory of long-term aftermath of cholestasis. I'm 37. I had cholestasis of pregnancy, which means the bile stopped moving through her liver. So she gets the biliary buildup. She got jaundice. Okay. It's just something weird that happens with pregnancy.
Wait, hold on. The buildup. So where it just stays.
It just doesn't move. And so the bilirubin builds up in your system because
you
you're
start throwing up or something?
No, you can get nothing really. You just get jaundice. That's it.
Just get jaundice. That doesn't sound
Well, it can be a sign of something terrible. And if you have, cholangitis or cholangiocarcinoma or biliary obstruction, that kind of thing. But it turns out the stasis just means slowed or stopped. It stopped. So the bile flow stops. Cholestasis is benign. It's completely benign. But she has a question about it. I would sit up all night scratching. The jaundice makes you itch. The bilirubin in your skin makes you itch, makes you scratch. My liver count was a baffling 680. So both halflings had to be induced a wee bit early. Yeah. So it can hurt the baby. So there's some evidence of the effect on the baby, but that's not a big deal. But question is, when I drink my Irish Texan's ass. What the fuck?
What?
I'm going to read the exact words that are here on the page. My question is, when I drink my when I drink my Irish Texan ass off. Oh, okay.
That's a little different.
When I drink a lot with my fellow big-titted animals, okay, other women. Sometimes I get itchy everywhere for like 20 minutes after my own last call, and I was wondering if this itchiness bullshit is reoccurring after I made my liver their bitch during Jesus Christ, all this poetry. Help an occasional drunken broad out. Broad spelled B-A-R-D. Broad hoe. Bard hoe? Piss on me, beat me. I can't come up in May. I got shit I got to do, so I'll see you in June. And she concludes this with B-U-H-W-H-O-L-E. Buhole. So she's a cool chick. I would worry that you are, and now I actually looked this up before I read your email, and I couldn't find any serious medical consequences of cholestasis of pregnancy. But you did say you had some liver inflammation or something on top of that. So there can be a hepatitis also. That's a real different issue. And if you have hepatitis, just means inflammation of the liver. So if you have inflammation of the liver and cholestasis, certainly drinking could make that worse again. So I would absolutely have a physician look at this and see if you have some sort of residual something going on here. And there's all kinds of significant liver disease that you should know about if you're fucking around with alcohol particularly. Some of these things can be treated completely, and some of these things need to be managed carefully because they can lead to cirrhosis. So usually cholestasis of pregnancy is a non-issue, but the fact that you're having itching when you drink, I would absolutely look into that. Have a gastroenterologist or a hepatologist or even a general internist take a look at things. I am ready for some TikToks, gentlemen. I really am.
Wait, one quick question. One quick question. It's not like super relevant, but it just reminded me because I've been wanting to ask these questions to you for so fucking long.
Good.
I keep forgetting.
All right,
it's not even that interesting. But
well, it is for me.
I have a friend.
This guy. Yeah. There's a guy.
No, this one's me. It's about drinking water. When I drink a lot of water at once, I instantly start sweating. Like a lot.
I wonder if that has something to do with all the stool in your colon.
Whoa.
Like
why would it?
I don't know, frankly. But a lot of water puts a stretch on the stomach. Do you have any pain with it?
No pain. It's just I usually do it like before I sleep. I'm just like, I gotta get a glass of water in.
One glass of water does it.
Like if it's all at once, yes. Like
chugging water. Is it all liquid or just water? Like when you chug a beer, do you get sweaty?
Oh, good question. Or a Diet Coke or something? Or
I don't really drink anything except water. I don't know.
Red Bull. You drink Red Bull.
It's true, but this is like for work, and it's not. I don't ever chug it. It's like only thing I would chug is water.
That's very weird, and unusual. I don't have an explanation for it, but it doesn't make me worried.
Yeah, it's never been a worry. I've just always thought it was weird, and I looked it up on Google once, and I found nothing. I expected to find some stupid answer or whatever, and I found nothing. I'm like, whoa, am I the only one that's like this?
I've never heard of that before. You're again exceptional. I told you he's exceptional. This is another piece of evidence in that regard. Why don't you? I got an idea. Why don't you will yourself not to sweat? And then try it and see if you can do that.
God.
I mean, there's nothing that it doesn't bother me. So
I understand, but let's just test the will and see what it can do.
I'd rather not.
Maybe it's not a thing of will.
I choose not to. Why would I?
Why would you? I don't know. Just to prove us wrong.
I choose to not stop sweating when it concerns me.
It didn't concern me. I was just interested. I'm like, why? I wanted to look it up. Didn't find anything on Google. I was like, oh, whoa, is this just me? And then I wanted to ask you, and I just kept forgetting.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. If you see any other associations, update me. Maybe I can figure it out, but I can't figure it out yet.
Will do.
All right, TikToks.
Yeah, buddy.
Here we go. Yeah, buddy.
Who wants to cuddle with a big guy?
God.
With dentures, glasses, a tattoo, no beard, and I love to cook. So if you want this,
oh my God,
just cuts off right there.
Doesn't anybody get sad when you see people like this? I get so sad.
He's shooting his shot. I feel real happy for him.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a little. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
This is how you find love.
He's a thumb. Poor man. He's not, and he can barely breathe. You see that? He's like gasping for air. He's got so much weight on his chest. Oh my goodness. Well, TLC will make a show out of him. Let's get another one.
Hi guy, I'm in forest. I'm swim. What are you doing? Yeah.
Oh my God.
This guy fucks.
He is cool.
Dude, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4 guy.
Wait.
Right?
No, wait. I don't remember that.
I don't know if you've seen him before, but I remember this dude that used to sing. Me and my friends used to fucking just every now and then we'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because that's like what he would do. I think I'm pretty sure this is that guy.
He looks like there's a syndrome called Pierre-Robin syndrome. Let's look Pierre-Robin up. Pierre, Pierre, Robin. I think it's like Robin or Robin. Pierre-Robin.
Yeah, respell that. That was very quick.
Pierre, Pierre, Francais. Robin, Robin.
Hey, Pierre, you coming out here?
Yeah. And you should see a picture that looks familiar. It looks like this dude. Syndrome, yeah. No. Pierre Robin. R-O-B. Not Robespierre. Not Robespierre. Huh? You see, Robin. Just R-O-B-I-N. I think that's Red Band. You guys are. This is not your.
I'm doing this on purpose.
Don't say you guys.
No, yeah, this is all of us as a team.
Roban.
We all Google shit.
There it is. There, in the left. There. Click on that. Did you mean? Click on the did you mean? No. There. Thank you.
That's not how you say Roben.
Pyroben is a mouthful. Yeah. Now give me a picture of it. Images. It's a little bit messed
this is
up.
upsetting. Thank you, Drew.
But look at the one on the far
Jesus
right. Doesn't he look like
forever.
Pierre Robin a little bit?
This is what. This is.
A little bit.
What are you doing, Drew?
What? I'm just looking at different.
He looks like a
abnormal-
jawless baby, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's a terrible version. I thought. Go scroll down a little bit. A little further.
Is that motherfucker's ears on his neck?
This is upsetting, Drew. I'm getting off of this Google search.
All right. Well, anyway, there's certain neurofacial abnormalities that kind of look like that guy, and so I'm guessing he has sort of challenged developmental, of brain development. That's
Teeth
what I'm
are
guessing.
definitely wild.
Yeah,
had,
he definitely got the cool guy teeth.
Well, not even that. He had like fucking trapezoid teeth,
Yeah.
like teeth I've never seen.
All right, let's see him again.
Pierce Robin teeth, definitely.
Pierre Robin.
Hi, guy. I'm in forest. I'm swim. What are you doing? Yeah.
Oh boy, it's getting close to what's the guy on Stern that sort of has the same kind of stuff too with the microcephaly.
Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice, a little Beetlejuicy elements here. All right, keep going.
Cause I'm finna be in a fight too, and I'm from together. I don't care about my bitch. You don't get your ass torn up by me, bitch. It won't be pretty.
Right, and try to say white girls can't fight. You come for me, then you coming from both of us. And if you come for both of us, then your ass is grass, period.
Right, you gonna be ran over by the lawnmower, bitch.
You come for her, you coming for me. Like, bitch.
And that's all, period. Bye, bitch.
Why do I like the girl on the right so much and the one on the left I find so unpleasant?
I think it's because when you hear that,
patois,
afflection,
that patois,
right?
yeah,
you kind of expect it from one of them and not from the other.
No, well, it sounds, yeah,
it sounds disingenuous.
It sounds disingenuous,
like
weird. Yeah, it sounds disingenuous, weird. But she seems, I don't know.
I think it's genuine. I mean, she's saying
no.
all
That's
right
how
shit.
she talks. That's how
must be around it.
That's how she talks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there more to be heard with them?
That's the whole clip.
Okay, let's keep going. Oh, I've seen this one. These are kangaroos fighting, and I never really understood that kangaroos did this until I've seen some boxing kangaroo videos like this.
Right? Like you saw those videos and you're like, oh, this one really knows how to box. And you're like, oh, all kangaroos do that.
Right, exactly. And they really do look like they're boxing. And the only boxing kangaroos I ever saw prior to this was on a Warner Brothers cartoon.
Yeah, they're really fucking each other up.
There you go.
I
Nice.
fucked that fucking kangaroo up.
But I'm a little worried. Is this Christina's thing again?
These are all from Christina's
Yeah, she goes back into
curations.
animals and kittens and stuff. It concerns me. She's losing her edge.
You're telling me this is cute? These are two kangaroos fucking each other up.
Yeah, cute animals fucking each other up. But keep going.
What this? I think.
Yeah. It's not.
I don't think this is going easy for her.
No,
like,
no.
This is nice.
She's
This is
drifting,
nice
drifting.
content.
I worry about her.
All right, so this next one, actually, we want you to weigh in on.
I told you what
how
her
this
sons
happens.
called her, right? Yeah, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, is it back to me? Oh! What is that? What is that? See that?
What? Love
So
this
did you
guy.
see what happened?
Did he get his nipple ring stuck on something?
So he is milking pus out of his
yeah.
nip.
Yeah,
Is he
that's-
smoking too much weed? Is
He's
that
smoking too much
estrogen
weed and
coming out?
doing too much steroid. Because steroids will give you breast enlargement, possibly even milk production. The weed will give you the milk production. So yes, you can get. That is not pus. That is milk.
Wait, really?
Yeah, milk. Men will produce milk also. Galactorrhea, that's called.
Is there any times where it is pus?
I suppose you could have an abscess, but it doesn't come out of the
if
nipple.
it's like an infected milk duct or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
but that doesn't usually happen to men so much. That's called mastitis in that case. But no, men can produce milk. They do from medicines mostly.
Gross.
And he needs to get his prolactin levels checked. He could have a pituitary tumor. That's a possibility, and it's not uncommon. So, but I love this guy's look. I love this guy. And why is the guy doing it like to impress everybody? Like, hey, look at me, man! I can squirt milk.
I mean, it's a pretty cool party trick.
Ugh.
I would do that if I could do it. If I just smoke a little bit more weed.
He
I
did
could
not
probably
look like he was on enough steroids. Let me see the guy again. Because you have to be on a lot of steroid and a lot of I just worry he has a pituitary tumor. Yeah, he's on steroids.
He's a little juiced.
Yeah, but not bad.
Look at the guy, man. Of course he would fucking do something like that in the middle of the
suppose
gym.
that's right. Suppose that's right. Does he have headphones on?
Mhm.
Headphones and a hat working out. All right, next TikTok.
Hey, y'all.
Cool.
Somebody keeps reporting my shit and get my videos took down.
Oh, damn. Oh, look at him with the Bacardi.
I don't really give a fuck. Just take my whole goddamn account, TikTok. It's yours any fucking way. You own it. Bye.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, dude's cool. Next. You know what's interesting about him? He's doesn't he seem a little bit like an old lady?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, right?
Mhm.
So he's a little bit estrogenized, and that alcohol can do that to you over long periods of time. So he's
Looks
sort
like
of
a real lady.
Yeah, he's an old lady with a beard.
No willpower in this one.
No willpower, my friend. That's why I wanted to avoid will when we're talking about this stuff, because it's a peculiar topic, will. But go ahead. People will debate whether it
Hey,
exists.
yo, we're on Bourbon Street, and I just bleached my hair.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much routine stuff on in New Orleans.
Now, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
That red on the top of his forehead, is that a sunburn or bleach burns?
Probably the bleach. Because the rest he'd have sunburn all over the place if he had regular sunburn. But what are all these necklaces? Oh, is that all
He's on Bourbon Street.
Well, but you only get those on Mardi Gras, so it's got to be like Mardi Gras day.
Well, one of them has his keys on it.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a car key.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Puka shell lanyard.
Yeah. What's on the other one that's hanging down lower?
I can't see.
I can't quite see it. They do on Mardi Gras do send these things around that have stuff attached to them.
The Florida, the Saints thing?
No, they have all kinds of different things. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, well, you bleach your hair. We're happy for you, dude. By the way, that doesn't look bleached. It looks yellow.
Yeah, it looks bleached.
Yeah, shouldn't it be white if we're bleached?
No, bleach looks like that first.
Okay.
There's different levels of it.
Okay. All right, next. I thought you...
Hello, my name is Brooke. I go by she, her, and I'm pansexual. I am the body's caretaker. Crow wanted us to do little introductions, so here's mine. I hope you guys enjoy.
I just love the Galaxy Quest reference here. You are our only hope. I like the fact that she's got a sardonic grin. She's sort of in on the joke. She's laughing. If people are in on the joke.
Is she?
I don't think she's got a grin, and I will give people a lot of latitude if they're laughing at what they're doing.
I don't think that's that.
I don't think.
You think she's all serious? She's a LARPer. You heard of LARPing?
I have.
Don't you think she's a LARPer?
No.
What do you think this is?
This is who she thinks she is.
You think this is a gender identity?
I think she's the caregiver of her body.
We're past gender, man.
Brooke.
This is something else.
She has she and her pronouns, and role is caregiver. She's
She
a
doesn't look like
LARPer.
she's in on the joke.
Does she got a bunch of videos up?
This is what we got. This was the
Let's
curation.
play it again. Let's play it again.
Hello, my name is Brooke. I go by
Fuck.
she, her, and I'm
Brooke.
pansexual.
Brooke.
I am the body's caretaker. Crow wanted us to do little
She's laughing.
introductions, so here's mine. I hope you guys enjoy.
Okay. Well, enough of that. She's LARP. You know what LARPing is?
Yeah,
You
I
go
don't
to-
think this isn't that.
I don't think
What
so.
is it?
Maybe cosplaying. Live action
Okay, but
role
as long
playing
as,
is like...
as long as she doesn't,
cosplaying is kind of-
here's my bottom line.
It is LARPing?
That's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't walk around like this all the time. If she does this in her free time, fine. Huh?
I think she does.
Okay, well,
I think. I mean, I don't know.
Find me more with her someday. Okay, next. Oh, what is that? What is it? Is that 2 rows of teeth?
Like
It's
fucking
like
3
3 or 4 rows of teeth.
She got that no neck shit too.
It is definitely a congenital abnormality, but why share that with the world, and why not take care of that? Whew.
Is she at a dentist's office?
I doubt it. No.
No, I think she just has a bib on for eating, maybe? I don't know.
Oh my goodness. See, I don't. I want to see these people's pages when they get like this. Like, what are you doing? Again,
Yeah,
sad.
As far as why and not take care of it, I mean, attention, you know?
Huh?
Attention, that's it.
She's not a young person. Right?
You don't think so?
Well, mid-20s, right? Maybe?
Well, right.
She's not 12.
She's definitely too old for baby teeth.
Yeah. She's also too old to have not taken care of this. All right. Ooh. She could be 30.
Attention's a bitch, man.
Gosh. Oof. Okay, next.
Hyperdontia is what it's called.
Yes. Why don't you look up treatment of hyperdontia and see if there's some that just aren't treatable? Maybe she's just stuck with this.
I think you just got to yank them all out, right?
Yes. I mean, if that were you, wouldn't you just get implants? Primary treatment is extraction. Prior to extraction, x-ray, blah, blah, blah. Supernumerary teeth, if they're impacted or erupted, supernumerary teeth are partially or fully erupted, they may be easily extracted. In some cases, extra teeth may need to be removed to prevent crowding, of course. Okay, so remove them. And why she hasn't is unknown. Let's, I want to get some, you have some voice messages on the addiction front before we wrap this thing up, yes? Don't you?
Yes, I think I would love to do that.
Okay.
Hey, Dr. Drew and Booth Boys. My name is Christine. I have a quick question. It's not about yellow or white
Thank
or
you.
brown, so you
Okay.
may not even hear this. But
Well, here we are.
I have a question about when you get blackout drunk and you have a completely different personality, like if you get really mean or if you get really flirty or etc. Does that have any meaning behind it, any deeper meaning? And then the second part to that is there any way to change how you behave when you get blackout drunk? Like if you hate the way that you act when you get drunk, is there any way to change that psychologically?
Yeah.
Keep them high and tight.
So, no, there's no way to change the personality changes. You're literally on a drug when you have this personality change, and the drug is what's changing the personality. Blackout, again, is moving from, you can't move memories from short-term to long-term. So you're moving about, doing your normal thing, being aggressive and weird because you're drunk, but you don't remember it the next day. Even though no one would know looking at you that you were in a blackout, you're in a blackout because you don't remember it the next day. And blacking out more than once is, and even some people would say even once, is a sign of a problematic relationship with alcohol. So I'm going to bet you have a family history of alcoholism. It's not uncommon for alcoholics to have a lot of personality changes when they're using, and blacking out is one of the features of alcoholism. So you may want to do something about this, particularly if you have a first-degree relative with alcoholism. You're heading down that path, and it doesn't end well, as they say. Got another one for me?
Yeah, I definitely, I got like a trigger when she said, like, when I black out. Like, when you black out, like, that's just a thing you
like
do.
That's
it's
a
like,
normal thing, yeah. Well, at least she didn't say
when you black.
At least she didn't say whenever I black out. so I gave her a lot of latitude because of that. So whenevers. Okay, next.
Good morning, Dr. Hitler.
Hey, Hitler.
Booth Boys, Dr. J, Hot Sauce Captain. How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
I'm Alex. I'm from Florida. I'm 25, and my question is about long-term drug use, adverse effects. Down here in Florida, we love to party. I'm healthy as can be. My doctors tell me. I drink like a fish. I love cocaine. I smoke weed. I love nicotine fiends. I'm just wondering if I'm going to wake up one day fully talked, or if I have a Mickey Mantle gene like Bert. Will I one day just stop, or will I one day just keep going until I die? Who knows?
Well,
let me know.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, Alex, I don't know what your doctors are doing telling you that's healthy. You're not telling them what you're doing, for one thing, or you need to change physicians. Just the nicotine alone, whether it's smokeless like chew or you're smoking tobacco, that will kill you. I think we all understand that. Drinking like a fish, yeah, people can do that for many years, and then they get into serious trouble. And then cocaine will get you there more quickly. I don't know if you're addicted to the cocaine or not. Again, family history of addiction predicts that you'll have trouble and need treatment in all probability. But yeah, this is obviously not healthy and obviously going to harm you over time. It does take quite a while to hurt, though. I mean, it doesn't happen instantly. I mean, Bert is living proof of that. We'll see. Just keep an eye on him, see how that turns out. Anyway, give me another one.
Hey, Drew, Jew, and the crew. I just recently got off antidepressants, and I feel great, except
I keep nutting in my sleep.
Oh, interesting.
I will just wake up and I'll have to grab my dick and it's pulsing out cum.
Yeah.
And this happens like 3 to 4 times a week. Even if I milk myself, sometimes it still happens. And unlike some nocturnal emissions, I always wake up. So is this going to go away in a few months, or am I just going to come in my sleep forever? Thanks.
It is. Just think about it this way. The simplest way to think about it is when people are on antidepressants, it can shut down their sexuality. And when they come off, there's sort of a withdrawal window where they can kind of increase. And it will get better by itself almost certainly. Well, that was another fun romp, everybody. Thank you all for the voice messages and the emails. And don't forget the merch, the Rational Revolution. Did I say it right? Yes, Rational Revolution.
You got it.
Mug. Store.ymhstudios.com, drdrdark@gmail.com for the emails, and 818-253-1693 for our voicemails. I cannot get enough of you guys. I appreciate, as I've expressed many times, I love Your Mom's House. I love being part of this. I love the Your Mom's House world. Keep them high and tight, everybody. Anything from the booth, boys, before we wrap this thing up?
No, we love you too.
Love being here, everybody, and we'll see you next time. All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.